Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. In this one, I'll go over what weapons you should use for Songjin Woo and what weapons for free to play, especially because you don't get much coins or sorry gold in the game, so you should choose your long-term weapons very wisely. Like this light weapon shouldn't have been this long-term, but now it is, so we're just gonna keep it. Honestly, it is a really good weapon for breaking and DPS checks, but honestly, for other bosses and all that stuff, it's not the best. So the top three I'm gonna go over all weapons. Well, not all weapons. The ones that are really good, like my SSR, I just level 20, so I don't use any of my SSRs. I'm at level 45 with chapter 13, so it's not that I can use them in my thing, and they're really good weapons. Like I should probably start using these, but honestly, the SSRs are like this sniper rifle. A level, if this was if this sight was level 60 and this was level 60, this when it crits would do so much more damage. It's unbelievable. It's like a broken weapon. Let me max it out. Oh, that took so long. This does so much crit damage. It's unbelievable. It's already my highest weapon then. Yeah, and with the weapons I'm gonna say, it's more on because it's easier to acquire. This one is not easy to acquire. This is only packs, but these two, your water what's it, Kasaka blades and the dragon sword, are more easier to claim because they're free to get at the start of the game. So what you should focus on is leveling up these two, not to max, but start building it up. Like if these two are your first weapons, don't focus on all the rare ones, except the scythe. Where's my? I think I maxed out a full scythe, because of how good it was when I needed it. I think against it was I think for Kang. I can't remember, but for Kang I used this. Was it for Kang? No, I used this for Kang because he was a wind weakness. The goblin. Let me check where I used dark. I'm tripping out right now. Was it here? Let me check. This is hard mode, not yeah, here. So chapter what chapter is this? Chapter 7. So in chapter 7 you're likely to use dark weapons. So I use a level 20 scythe, which is rare, and honestly it does the job. It's DPS check, it breaks. Let's see what it gives you loads of effects with when you, because this is an easy weapon to get in packs because it's like a rare, so it's like an easy difficulty. Increases dark damage by 6%. The damage of returning sight of blade returns is increases by 100%. That's insane. I'm here, right? It increases the user attack, defense, and HP by 2%, and it keeps going. Obviously, I'm not going to do any more of it because now I have this blade, and I don't think I'm going to need this anytime soon. I'm more looking forward to upgrading this one more and this one. Oh, not this one, the mage. So out of all of them, the two best weapons to have as a free to play is your Orb of Avarice and your Vestwind. These two will guide you or take you further than if you're fighting, if the literal weakness of the or the strength of the opponent is wind type, and you still use this wind type, you're going to beat him much easier than if you were to use, let's say, the dragon blade or the Kasaka blades. Trust me, the crit damage on this, I wish I had more of these. It gets insane further, but the increases the user of the damage of the user by 75%, and it hits like a beauty. Obviously, the precision on this it is a bit bad, but once it hits, and if you're like obviously 5 meter range, probably like the best time to use it is when you shadow step against an enemy. So once you shadow step, or like I think the evasive thing, you go behind the opponent, you hold whatever button it is, and hold it. Don't like press on it, hold it because it elongates the damage. So I think the top two weapons you should have in your whenever you get the two weapon access is the Westwind and the Orb of Avarice. Now the Orb of Avarice is for, it's normally really good for let's say you're in a gate or like in a dungeon before fighting the boss. There are all those minions you have to fight. This one, if you go to the center of all them, or like try to like bring them all together, or if they're all close by, if you press the activate button, it brings all of them together and slams it down, and all the time, most of the time, it one shots them. Otherwise, you get the shift access, so it allows you to get into like the purgatory mode. Yeah, over here increases the purgatory by 50% and increases mana. It does increase, yeah, but the purgatory damage is basically the shift attacks you do after, and obviously that will just one shot all of them. So that's why I chose this weapon as my secondary weapon, and my primary weapon is the Vespin, because the damage it does and how beneficial it is for free to play. Because a lot of people are probably not going to get access to a lot of SSR. I think these are the only two SSRs I have. Over here, I have this one completing the dice rolls. Obviously, I would like to use it, but I don't have an SSR Choi. I think that's his name, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I think this is what you should be long-term focusing on is the Westwind and the Orb of Avarice. The next two weapons I would suggest is more based on requirements of like maybe the requirement is you need to have a light weapon, or you need to have a water weapon, or you need to have a dark weapon. For those three, I would recommend the normal. You get this one for free, the Dragon Sword. This is a free to play. You get this one for free, it's a free to play. And you get this one easily because you're probably likely to get a pack. And this is, you don't need it till chapter 7, and you're probably going to have somewhat of a pity at that point, and you'll probably get a dark weapon. Because this is not the only one, like I have more, like I have another one here. So it's not that hard to get as a free to play. So this is the best dark weapon to have as a free to play, water weapon, and this. I would recommend whatever you get first, because you're likely not gonna just get all of these in one try, except probably the dragon sword, and these two are you'll get them in chapter 1 and 2. But besides that, these two are based on how you pack them. So what I would recommend until then is just keep slowly upgrading the initial weapons to two initial SR weapons you get. Especially this one. This one helped me with beating Kang the first time I fought against him, because I didn't have any, like I didn't have the Vespin, I didn't have this SSR, I didn't have this sword. I got this, and I got lucky with the SR. I was like, cool, a golem thing. But yeah, that should be most, because these you should probably salvage 50% of each type. So let's say I have 9, just probably salvage 3 to 4. Similarly with this, I have what, 10, salvage 5. Keep salvaging half of them, because you're not gonna need all of these bows. Like I have tons of this. What's this? I'm not even gonna count that because that's a lot. But I think the moral of it, and let me go over what you should do with the hunters. Hunters, it's pretty simple. It depends on the attribute type of the hunter. So like my Biak, is more of a, he's my core attack, and he's really good at breaking the enemy shields. So I give him the steel axe because it does more core damage by 21%. My other one is a breaker, and what it does, it increases the acquisition rate. So what acquisition rates basically mean is basically how much total damage it accumulates. With my healer, I don't have like a, because all three are SSRs, but I don't have any SSR weapons for like their type. This one, I give him this one because it's just the maxed out R weapon I have, and it does nice. It's a healer type, but it also increases my damage and the damage I do and my defenses. And the power gauges, it's fine. It's the same thing with what's it called? What is it? Yeah, the ancient grimoire. It does the same work but better. And I think I use this one the most whenever it's like a harder situation. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.